right. Let me go ahead and get everyone checked in here. Mr. Strunk, are you with us? If you could unmute for me.
I'm here. Good to see everyone.
Welcome. And Mr. Strunk, you're the applicant on this one, correct? The architect, is that right?
Yep, you got it.
All right, welcome. Looks like the Vander Molens are also here. If you guys could unmute, give me each of your names, and looks like I have you down as the owner.
Yep. Hi, afternoon, Kevin Vandermolen.
Hi, Hillary Vandermolen.
All right, welcome. We also have Matt Lashide from the City Zoning Department. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you, David.
All right. So before we get started, I need to read through our hearing script, which will basically just cover the procedure for the hearing. And then we'll be able to get started. So this is the June 28th, 2023 session of the Zoning Hearing Examiner docket. My name is David Sturkey. I'm the Zoning Hearing Examiner for the City of Cincinnati, and I will preside over the hearing. The case before us today is case number ZH20230081. The purpose of the hearing is to allow applicants and any potential opposing parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the Zoning Hearing Examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant would like to present or to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. So for our purposes here today, I'll allow Mr. Strunk to tell me about the project, why, of course, I should grant the requested relief. To the owners, you all are welcome to testify or to offer anything in addition to what Mr. Strunk says. One or all of you can really speak. Just want to hear about the background of the project and why you think it's appropriate to grant this relief. If there were anyone here from the public, they would then have an opportunity to speak after the applicant had presented its case. I'll give Matt from the zoning department an opportunity to provide any testimony in addition to his staff report. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to rebut that testimony offered in opposition. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or to make any comments. In the event of any technical difficulties with Zoom technology, I'll do my best to troubleshoot those on the fly, but to the extent there's some defect that prevents us from meaningfully going forward with this hearing, I may continue or postpone the hearing at my discretion. Okay, last thing I need to do is just swear in all of our witnesses. So if you intend on providing any testimony here today, making any comments, asking any questions, really just doing anything other than just strictly observing, then the zoning code requires that I swear you in. So if that's you, I'd like to go ahead and just swear everyone in collectively now. If you're not sure if you want to provide anything, I can swear you in later, but if you know you'd like to say something, go ahead and make sure that you are off mute and raise your right hand. Need everyone to answer out loud. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I did.
Great. Thanks, everyone. All right. Mr. Strunk, will you be taking the lead here, or will the
Sure. Sounds good.
Floor is yours.
Okay. So this addition is being placed above an existing first floor addition. We've examined the existing foundations and whatnot, and the existing foundation is suitable to add a second story. We feel that it's in the aesthetic of the neighborhood and it matches the aesthetic of the house, and will be have really no impact on the neighbors, any negative impact on the neighbors, and will add significantly to the functionality of their house, as many of these houses, don't have a lot of storage space and or bathrooms, so they're getting a lot more usable area with not a lot of visual impact, other than what's already there. Very little visual impact to the neighborhood or consequence to the neighbors. So other than that, we're sticking with the existing design, the materials, the roof structure, all that is matching, so nothing is going to stand out. It's going to visually have no impact on the neighborhood. That's about it.
Okay. Is there any concern or any impact to the the light of the one of the neighboring properties. Which one is that? And I thought that I saw a witness list that had these folks on it, but what is that, 41 Arcadia Place? Do you anticipate any adverse impacts to mostly their light?
I would say that I think neighbors on both sides have reviewed plans and have not brought up any issues that they feel would impact their properties or the light getting to their backyards or their buildings.
Okay. All right. Did the Vandermolen, did you want to provide anything now? Or say anything about the project?
I mean, at least for mine, I think, Bob covered it well, I think.
Okay. All right. We'll go over to Matt. Matt?
Thanks, David. So yeah, I'll just kind of briefly summarize what I stated in the staff report. That it needs 6 feet of relief in the rear. The house is on a very small lot, so I think subjecting it to these setbacks would be a bit unfair. Since the lot is a sub-minimum lot, it doesn't meet the minimum lot size in this district. So expecting them to follow the setbacks for a district in which their lot is not adequate for the size is not fair from a zoning perspective. The property immediately to the east has an addition or a projection in the rear that's similar to what is being proposed here. I don't anticipate any negative impacts. It's built on top of an existing room, so the footprint is not changing. It's just the height in the rear, and would not have any major concerns about it. I think it's appropriate given the context of the neighborhood and the constraints of the property, and we recommend approval.
Thanks, Matt. And to be clear, this will not extend the existing rear setback of that first story family room. Is that right?
Correct.
Right. And yeah, I did notice that it looks like the 39 Arcadia has a similar second story setback. Does anyone know if that was a recent addition or no, it's always existed that way?
Oh, it is an addition, but I don't think it's recent.
I think
Gotcha.
the neighbors who were there put it on, but but predated us, maybe
Mhm.
20 years or something.
Probably more. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. Anything else from Mr. Strunk or the Vandermolens in response to anything Matt said or in closing or otherwise?
No, I'm in agreement with Matt said. I think that all those reasons, for those reasons and, the others that I've brought up, I think it's an appropriate addition for the house and suitable to the area and the neighborhood. So that's all I have.
Okay.
Yeah, appreciate your consideration. If there's any other questions we can answer.
Sure. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I've had a chance to review the application and the application materials and the staff report. I think that this is pretty straightforward. I agree. I think it would be impractical to strictly enforce the zoning code on this particular application. So I am going to approve the application. I need to formalize that approval in a written decision. I mentioned at the beginning that takes about 2 weeks. I think that's a realistic estimate based on the current queue of cases that I have. As soon as I finish that decision, I put it into a PDF and I email it to everybody who's in the hearing here today. So you all will have a copy of it really just moments after it's complete. As soon as you have that copy of the decision, Matt, who will also receive a copy, will be able to approve the permitting for the zoning. And hopefully then you'd be able to move forward. Any questions about that or anything else about the process?
No.
No.
Okay, great. We'll leave it at that. Good luck with the project.